We're joined by Chris Farrell, Director of Investigations and Research for Judicial Watch. Chris, great to have you with us. First, what do you make of this, the issuance of subpoenas by the Judiciary Committee?
Well, I'm always leery of these committees and their investigations.
Understandably.
Normally, it's just a lot of hot air and sound bites. But, you know, it points to a larger question, which is Comey needs to be asked, or needed to be asked under oath, what he was doing with Steele and how much money they paid him to begin with. I think that the heart of the question that they're getting at is good. I just wish that a law enforcement agency or the Department of Justice were the ones doing the drilling down, because, frankly, the committees don't have the depth or the strength to really carry through on these very, very important issues.
And the House Judiciary Committee, we know the Senate Judiciary Committee also moving forward. They seem to be doing so with design and purpose and greater seriousness, and acknowledging what you say, I think, is absolutely the truth. These committees too often are somewhat frothy and, if you will, they catch themselves up in the moment of the political opportunity rather than going after the truth and creating accountability for these people. But these are two, it seems to me, different circumstances for both House Judiciary as well as the Senate Judiciary. So it's going to be interesting to see. But what is really getting interesting are these calls now for a special counsel to go after, whether it be for Mueller himself, whether it be to investigate the relationship amongst Fusion, the Democrats, even Senator McCain, who at one point is alleged to have turned over that dossier. For what purpose and what motivation, we don't yet know. I mean, it's getting really, really very serious.
It's very murky, and I still want the DNC server that CrowdStrike purportedly approved or signed off on. The fact that the FBI took that as being evidentiary or being, a law enforcement act is nonsense. And how they got away with telling the FBI drop dead instead of the FBI simply, or U.S. Marshals seizing that server is beyond me. But again, that's part of the same mentality that had Comey writing a get-out-of-jail-free card for Hillary, back in late April.
And an FBI that to this day says it is incumbent not upon themselves, but rather someone seeking truth, to provide assurance and empirical evidence that there is a public interest in a case surrounding, say, a former Secretary of State, her email server, and what she did with it in 33,000 names, as well as a dozen devices that she destroyed. I mean, this is an extraordinary moment in history, and this cannot stand. Do you believe?
There's a great video clip of Congressman Ratcliffe doing a number on Mr. Comey, just disassembling the phony arguments that he had used to sort of rationalize or justify Hillary Clinton's conduct. Look, she's a national security criminal. She sent 22 top-secret SCI emails across that outlaw server. Any other federal government employee would be taken out of the room in chains. And, she laughs about it and is getting ready to go on a book tour to make more fun of it. Anybody with a clearance, anybody in law enforcement, the intelligence world, looking at this, it makes their stomach roll over, and they know that there's this enormous disparity. The notion of equal justice under the law is destroyed by what Comey did, and he needs to answer for it.
Chris Farrell, one of the people who I happen to believe will make certain that that is indeed the case and the outcome. Chris Farrell, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.